Basically, I want to know how we draft a service agreement, or if you have.
Yeah, you asked about a template. So I would just say, and again, I'm no affiliate or none with these companies, but when I got started, guys, I was always told you want to put a service. Now, like back where Albert at, where my legal advice at. That's okay. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I play one on TV. I cannot give you legal advice. But when I got started, I would go to lawdepot.com, which is, there's a lot of sites out there, and then I would put together a service agreement. So I want you guys to write this down. Service agreement. What goes in your service agreement? What are some things that should be in your service agreement? It's very simple. One, the scope of work. And you can copy and paste it from the government. The government, when you send that service agreement to the sub, you want them to know, hey, you said there's 10 dumpsters, you're gonna dump them 3 days a week, You're gonna copy and paste it into the service agreement. Number two, your pricing, how much you're going to pay the sub. Now, not your award amount. How much you're going to pay the sub should be number two. And then number three is your payment terms. So if you guys got them down to net 30, cool. If you were like, oh, I can't do net 30, but I can do a 50% deposit and we'll do a net 15. Whatever you guys agree to, you want that in writing in your service agreement. And the thing I like about lawdepot.com is that you literally can just go right through the little software, copy and paste it in there, and at the very end, it'll shoot you out an agreement. And it'll change it to the state and all that stuff. And again, am I saying that this is gonna stand up in a court of law? I'm not saying that. I'm not a lawyer, okay? I'm not saying that. But I am saying that you do wanna get something signed before you begin services with a subcontractor, just to like give you some ease of mind. Again, there's always gonna be risks in business, but whenever I get started with a contract, like the contracts I won on Monday, we're drafting service agreements and we're sending them to the subcontractors. We're not gonna start any work until you sign a service agreement. And I'll give you guys a bonus tip on this. Sometimes when you're working with a really big company like Waste Management or whoever, they already have their own service agreement. Should you sign their service agreement? No? What do you think? No? No? Yes? Yeah. So I would say to get them to start, I mean, the answer is yes, but you want to actually obviously review it for the things I just told you about. So you want to make sure you review it first. Like, hey, is it this scope of work? Is it this payment terms? Is it this price? And also look at the time, because sometimes those agreements may have clauses like, hey, you're going to sign this agreement with Waste Management, but if it cancels, you still owe us money. If that's in there, I'm not signing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys got to remember, in this world of government contracting, we're not locked into these subcontractors, right? We can fire these subcontractors at any given time. We can replace them with a different subcontractor. So you want to have that flexibility. So I'm sorry, there's a bonus. Put number 4, bonus. There's a bonus one you want to put. Usually it's in there from the scope of work because I copy and paste, but you also want to have a clause in there that says the government can cancel this at any given time. This can end at any given moment. And if it does end and we don't complete the work, we don't need to pay you. You want to have, and again, that's not the exact wording. I'm not a lawyer, but you want to have something of that nature of, if this was to end tomorrow, like, that's okay. This is going to happen. Great question. Was that helpful? All right. We can, we'll just leave the computer up in case I need to hop in it. All right, cool. So that was a service agreement, and that's good. Let's see here. Top niches for larger contracts, multi-year. Who question was that? Raise your hand. Oh, just give him the mic. Golly, dog.
You already read the question.
But give me more detail. You just want to,
like,
how do I make all the money?
Yeah. What niches should we look at to find like long-term contracts?
Long-term.
Multi-year.
So, okay, good question. So I would say I'm never really looking for length. Like, I used to, but I don't anymore. Like on sam.gov, I don't go in there and type in option year 5. Like option year 5, like if you type in the keywords option year 5, then you're gonna get stuff that's 5 years. Honestly, as you might have seen in some of the winner circles and what we talk about, I enjoy one and dones. I honestly don't like 5-year contracts sometimes, depending on what it is. So it depends how you want to run your business. I would say obviously go with the seasons. You know, snow removal is real big right now. That's really big right now. Janitorial is always big. IT is always big. Staffing is always going to be big. Those are just niches that are always going to be big contracts. But the beautiful thing about government contracting is you just never know what your profit is on something. Like sometimes someone will win a contract as, who was the person in the story? Donovan won a contract for like, what, 130K, and his profit was like 120 or something like that. Like he paid the sub 10 grand, right? You know, or where's Chrissy at? Is Chrissy still here? What was your quote from that sub for the install the microwaves? You told me it was something like the guy to install it. Yeah, how much was his quote? Like $1,395 to install microwaves, to install the microwaves. I'm like, what? That's all. I mean, obviously he's just got to go in there and plug them up, right? That's the install. So you never know where profit could be at. That's what I'm trying to say with that. It's like you might make a lot of profit on snow removal, or you might make a lot of profit on, you know, landscaping. It just depends on how the numbers work out and how much research you do in talking to different subs. Make sense? All right, great question. Hey, what's up? It's Dr. West here. I hope you are enjoying the content that we got coming at you. Give me 2 seconds. My students have been awarded over $60+ million in government contracts. Y'all, I've only been coaching about 1.5 years. So listen, if you want to get part of the program, you want to be part of the program, you want to join and find out what we got going on, here's what I got for you. Go to www.thecontractingblueprint.com. We are now opening up spots for phone calls. So what we do is we have a free 45-minute, hour phone call with myself and my team members. Now, I can't be on every call, so I do have team members that take some of the calls as well. But book a free phone call. We'll answer your questions on government contracting, the middleman style, and we will tell you about our program and our coaching platform, and you can make a decision if you're a good fit to work with us, if we're a good fit to work with you. I look forward to speaking with you guys on the phone, and my team looks forward to speaking with you guys as well, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace. Say, don't leave here without your questions being answered. That's my main thing. Get your questions answered. All right, VA Hub Zone. Oh, I think I answered it, but VA Hub Zone certifications, do you need it? And I know it was over here somewhere, and I said, that was your question. And we've talked, and you're welcome to the program. We talked about it, but so we already know. Long story short, Amazon, so you guys all know, VA Hub Zone certifications, at the end of the day, again, I think I've said this already, but if you earned it, like, yes, go get it, but you don't need it. Like, don't, like, oh, let me go get my company set up in a Hub Zone so I can get Hub Zone. Yeah, don't, I would say this, I wouldn't go out your way to do it, especially in what we do. And what we do, y'all, is just submit proposals and win contracts. So I wouldn't go out your way to do that. How do I stay focused? I think our coaches did a great job just touching on that. Anyone need more on that? Staying focused? I mean, your why, all that good stuff. Are we all good on that question? All right, we're just gonna make sure we get these questions answered. How do you manage subs that, oh, that's a good question. How do you manage subs that don't fulfill? I think I already talked about it. Whose question was that? Give me the mic. Give me some more detail. Or did it feel like it got answered?
I feel like it got answered.
Feel like it got answered? All right, we do a pretty good job. Does anyone need any more detail on that question? Everyone else good? All right. I guess we cover the bases. You know, y'all leaving here educated.
Actually, you said you had some specific language that you put in.
Ooh, good. Yes, good point. Good point. Say that question again.
Just because you highlight what you mentioned, that you said there is some specific language that you provide back to the government if by chance you cannot fulfill a contract.
Good. So my mentor, another mentor of mine, Jonathan Howard, told me, when you're letting, or even Jason said this as well, when you're letting a contract go, write this down, you want to say, for the benefit of the government. So let's say, again, I want you guys to go out there and just bid, go win contracts. Like the drone one, everyone in this room should have submitted the drone one today or yesterday. Everyone should submit it. And some of you guys, well, Wesley, what if I win it and then the training costs $20K and I only bid it for $10K? Well, just let it go. Well, how do you let it go? For the benefit of the government. That is the exact language that should be in your sentence. Now again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not gonna tell. It's not like a whole shabam, but it's not. Oh, I overpriced it. I underpriced it. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. That's not what you want to say. You want to say, hello, for the benefit of the government, we are going to end this contract. Period. Send. Like, it's no explanation. It's not a da. It's for the benefit. And you want to make sure that those wordings are important, because when it's for the benefit of the government, you're ending the contract before the contract got started. Now, if it's vice versa and the contracts get started and you're dropping the ball, you don't let them know you can't fulfill it, subs don't show up, and the government was to cancel you for cause, now you're like in a bad place, right? Now, here's the thing is, you're not gonna never not win a contract before. I know some people have seen War Dogs and like, oh my God, I get canceled for cause. It's the end of the world. You know, how much does it cost to get a cage code, y'all? Zero. How many cage codes you guys got? Everyone just got one? Why not get more? Yeah, I got 2. I mean, my mentor's got 7. And I'm not telling you guys to go about it a shaky way, but I'm just saying, like, you can get more cage codes. Why would you get more than one? Well, in my mind, it's like worst case scenario. You feel that you're gonna mess up, get canceled for cause, something's gonna happen, go get you another cage code. But again, I have 2 cage codes, but I've never used the second one. I've never have.
The same cage code under the same LLC or different?
Totally different company. New LLC, new cage code. Nah, different address. Yep, different address. I know, Giselle it's she's like, I'm gonna give you the mic, but hey, it's okay. All right. Do you carry insurance? Great question. I don't. I still don't have an insurance provider. I don't carry any insurance. I use the insurance of the subcontractor. I mean, literally, when I submit a proposal, if the government asks me for insurance, I would actually send out their information. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Once you scale, how do you get tax strategies? Whose question was that? Anybody? Once you scale, was it a scaling question? Anyone have a scaling question though? Something about scale? Scale? Okay. And then we can dive deeper into scale if you guys want to know. What's your scaling question?
Yeah, once we're able to look at the process and have something stable, how we're able to train other employees to scale the process a little
Great
further.
question. Great question. That's a great question. So my answer to that, guys, always is go win you a contract first, right? And I'm not saying you're saying this, but a lot of times people come to me and they say, Wesley, oh, I get it. Okay, you got to find opportunities. You got to get quotes. You got to submit proposals. All right, I'm going to have my sister do this. My cousin, my grandkid going to do that. My daughter going to do this. This how I build this team. How I build this team. I'm like, have you bid on one yet? No. Have you won one yet? No. So first of all, always go do that first. Like, go win a contract, go fulfill a contract. Honestly, again, back to my mentor, Jason, it wasn't until contract number 27 where he started to get a team, when he started to get quotas, when he started to get people to submit on him. I literally didn't have anyone on my team until earlier this year. I didn't have a team, it was just me, right? So how to do it? Yes, you wanna have, specifically, if you wanna know specifically, I would go hire someone to be a quoter, and I would have them go getting quotes for you every single day, and I would pay them a percentage of what you get awarded. Then I would hire someone to be kind of like fulfillment, so someone who's gonna actually submit the proposals and actually put them in so you don't have to do it. Then I would hire a third person to like manage the opportunities. That's kind of the team I put together. So that's the next level, but like don't worry about trying to get there tomorrow. Do you wanna know how to make 6 and 7 figures a year in government contracting? Do you want to know how to actually do the middleman strategy and work with me and my team of coaches? If you do, all you got to do is book a phone call with us. You can book a phone call at www.thecontractingblueprint.com. It should be on the screen somewhere, maybe above me. www.thecontractingblueprint.com is also linked below. So what we'll do is we'll do a free 45-minute to hour phone call. I take some of the phone calls as I can. My team members take the phone calls. And what we'll do is we'll make sure you understand the middleman strategy, and it will tell you about our services. If we're a good fit for you, if you're a good fit for us, we hope so. If we are, then we'll help you guys win your first contract as well. So if you're interested, book a free phone call at the link above or below, and I'll see you guys there. All right, peace.